Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We beat Mega Satan, which really with the Rebirth only proves that you don't need to beat Mega Satan. We did it with Cain. There is no completion mark for beating Mega Satan. I looked it up, there's nothing for seemingly even beating Mega Satan on hard or beating him 5 times. It really is just a prestige thing whether or not you want to break your win streak or not at this point. Same is, I assume, true for Boss Rush. So, today, let's start, because we're kind of just doing runs. Let's start with Eve. I guess Eve is kind of in the middle there. I mean, we could certainly try and go to the chest with Judas. Yeah, start with Judas. Ending on victories is my goal usually here. Try the easier characters for at the end. There's money that needs to go in the donation machine, and then if we can get all the completion marks on all of the characters, that will unlock, I think, about as much as is reasonable to unlock. Anything else that's secret or has some other trick to it might be so unique that I would have to potentially look at a list of all the items that can be unlocked and compare it to the items as they're depicted in the item screen and the stat screen, and then I could individually get the name of the specific thing that is still yet to be unlocked. Yeah, I think about the only thing that would be a bit of a struggle here. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the soul heart to there, but we have one bomb and we'd like to look for a super secret room. Secret room could be down here. A super secret room can't be there, which kind of just makes it feel like there is not a way for the super secret room to even exist. And maybe that is what, maybe when you get a sacrifice room, you just don't get a super secret room. That might be the case. So we'll test for a secret room with a bomb here. We'll see that there's a troll bomb. There's a fire. That gives us a bomb back. I mean, you blow up 2 guys with 1 bomb. That may be the best offering you have. Like, there seriously cannot be a super secret room anywhere, because it would have to be like over here. Could it be over here on the first floor? No. Yeah, I was wondering if maybe it could be on the first floor in the unlocked item room. It might be at the very bottom, or more likely it's very much just at the very top, and I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I didn't think of that one. Alright, so then we'll pop this, which will drastically increase our damage. Now we've got a red baby that you kind of have to try and convince it to not get ahead of you, like, because it will try to cut the corner, as you often have happen. Wow, interesting that I had to break the rock to spawn the item even. But yeah, in most games you cut the corner, and that lets you win in most fights. Very rarely do you see an enemy cut corners, and catch up on you and move faster than you can. You notice our damage is very high, but once we leave this room, it'll go back to being fairly low. And with 1 HP up, you're kind of back on track. Yeah, it's not very low, it's average. So 1 bomb attempt here would work, or a tower card might work, or a destruction card. There's also tinted rock here. Where it'd be nice if we got Stompy. Stompy's not the greatest of things. You kind of need to get it fairly early in the game for it to play out and be useful. If you end up getting it in the room or later, you're unlikely to be able to really make good use of it without hurting yourself. Seems like my leech will regain my health quite a bit. So a room full of small characters like this might be fairly easy to deal with. Which I guess that means that would synergize fairly well with having a large amount of health. I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna turn my microphone slightly to the angle there. Okay, that's better. I'm leaning to the right a little bit more. Okay. So we take technology 5, and now we have glitchy technology, laser, which that will work, I think, very well. I guess I could have tried to knock that towards some of the pots. There probably is a better technology in Rebirth than Technology 5. Almost certainly in the DLC there's better technologies. I guess it's worth it to go here. And I guess you go here. And let's see, have we taken red heart damage? Probably. Let's see, we can't buy a bomb. Let's come back and get the soul heart after the fight. That's... yeah. Even if we gotta deal with the devil on the second floor here, we would pretty much need to... we'd need to skip it and try to go for deals with the angel. I think that is what's gonna kill us. Yeah. So is there something else we can do? Nope. That is not what I meant to do. Well, we identified a pill. I meant to get a soul heart there. And I can't get that red heart anyways. Go into the curse room. Take damage in and take damage out. No, I don't think so. Well, this is a fairly disappointing outcome for this floor, but I don't know what else we could do. Uriel and Gabriel are, by the way, the names of the two angels you fight in angel rooms, apparently, according to Isaac Wikipedia. Or fan Isaac Wikipedia. I don't think it really matters too much what their names are. And I couldn't tell you if the blue one is Uriel or if the red one is Gabriel. I'd guess it's that order, that Gabriel's the red one, because I think the Archangel Gabriel is supposed to be more strong or fighting prone. In a funny way, you have a similar kind of theme in the Bayonetta games, to the point where a crossover of Binding of Isaac with Bayonetta might kind of work fairly well. Bayonetta being a 3D action game, beat 'em up game, more than anything. So if you had the roguelike elements and the dungeon crawling elements to a Bayonetta game, that would be one way to make something that was like an Isaac 2. And Bayonetta mostly exclusively fights angels, but you could go in that direction. It really would be questionable, though, whether Team Nicholas could make a game like that. That's really where you have to ask the big question: is can they make something like that, or has Team Nicholas, in I think its entire existence, only really worked on Isaac and similar games to Isaac that are smaller in scale? Yeah, Isaac becoming a 3D game instead of just a top-down twin-stick shooter changes a lot in what and how you program things. Alright, Jera. Okay, 4, I believe, rerolls everything you've got. We have the High Priestess. We don't have anything on the floor. Just gonna have to stop on these guys and stop shooting at them. So I could double the High Priestess card, I could double this coin. I could go into the shop and maybe get a pedestal item and double the pedestal items maybe with Jera, but I don't think so. There's a card I can't reach. I could blow up this and use a coin and then use Jera on that. Which is probably our best bet. Or keys. Okay. I think you do this. You place a bomb here and test for a secret room. You hit that, which is we'll go ahead and just drop this then. And doesn't feel like we have a lot of things that we can mess with here, but it's either do the Jera here or find a secret room. Maybe we do the secret room. Yeah. Jera, 2 keys. Probably should have let the worm do that. Okay. Double the number of bombs for 7 cents. It's not a terrible thought. I don't think we can really do anything else. Okay. So. Or does Jera potentially duplicate all the items? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a better experiment to take Jera to the shop and see what happens if we duplicate the items without purchasing them. What would that potentially do? Give us a bomb, a key, a battery, a pill. Yeah, okay. So this is the better move. So we now know we got a free key. Let's go ahead and pop this pill. Sorry, you're a wizard, so we know that's not worth it. When you found the secret room, I guess you're looking for a super secret room. And I could have Jared into 2 dark hearts. Come to think of it. And that probably is worth more. And I guess I'll just go over to the number 4 room, which I think changes pedestal items. It didn't change those things. So it's either gonna have... it didn't change our shots, or us any. Yeah, it changed the pedestal item. This is still High Priestess. This helps a little bit. Alright. And then the next step to this is take these 2 keys. Almost forgot about them. Oh, it did change that. But yeah. Item martyr or guaranteed other returns. I guess we guarantee other returns here. And then do we go with potentially damage up first, or do we go with this first? I think we go with this first and hope we get a bomb back. Nope, we only got a heart. So we played as close as we could. We tried our best. Didn't get everything we'd like to have gotten. Let's just go ahead and pop the High Priestess here. Speed and range up. What is our range? Pretty good, not great. And we'll definitely take the shield. There's no reason to fight the angel, but now that we've beaten Megacine, maybe if we get a deal with the devil, we'll blow up the devil statue and fight the devil. Maybe that'll give us another pedestal item. At the very least, we'll do it once to see how that pays out. If it pays out. It was definitely right to try and get defensive items. And I'm still just not really in the mood to min-max things. So we'll just take the coins. Even though there is a possibility you could get the 1+1 item or a Jera again, or any number of other things. I guess, are we looking for the boss room first? I guess we probably are. We can just be done and get an angel room. Probably be good. Charge shots now. And see, that looked a lot like Mom's Pearl, but Mom's Pearl wouldn't have been a pedestal item. So I really have no excuse. And now we're playing the game completely differently with charge shots. You can see my little character here doesn't really catch up with a lot of these characters fast enough. And it would have been nice to have been able to blow up this mushroom. Trying hard not to end up taking damage. And it's not really wanting to cooperate much with that. Well, we've already taken damage, so we might as well just go. There we go. HP up. Alright, we really aren't well equipped for this fight, but we'll see. Troll bombs may have activated the thing anyways. Alright, let's do this. Well, color me confused. I don't know what causes the statue to be fightable. Maybe that's something in Afterbirth specifically. Or Afterbirth Plus, or I mean, I don't think I'm fairly certain I saw it before Repentance came out. So I don't think that's a repentance thing. Maybe I'm confused and just dreamt up the idea that you could blow up the statue to fight Satan. I don't think so, though. I'm fairly certain. I would have sworn 5 seconds ago that after you fought Mega Satan, you could just fight Satan. Maybe it's not anything to do with fighting Mega Satan. Maybe it is just that you have to beat Satan 10 times. And I just haven't gotten around to that. That is also, I suppose, a possibility. Alright. Got too many buddies, so I'm not sure which ones are the good guys and which ones are the bad guys. Secret room's probably over there, I'd guess. Here we've got a couple of free bombs. So that gives us an opportunity to test. So it's either down here, which I would guess. Yeah. Are we anywhere close to boss rush time? No, it's already been 20 minutes. So we can touch this, and we can pop it once, and do this. And that has a ladder, so that will give us an item. You almost would want to see the shovel give you these ladder rooms more often than just take you to the next floor. Guess we have enough bombs to spend on this. Get up to 5. We could go for pills, or we can go for a super secret room. And I guess the question will come down to, do we have a good chance of finding the super secret room? It'd almost certainly have to be here. If I move up a little bit here, will that explosion affect the penny? No. Didn't think so. Alright. So then the last thing to do in this floor is just to check this. Boy, would a 7 cents options be great. Is there any way we can get a couple more coins on this floor? I don't think so. And we are just missing out on... There's 1 coin there. Yeah. So heart here. Eternal heart here. We're 1 way to Guppy. We've got a nice defensive item. We've got a decent amount of health. Started off with a decent amount of damage. Which way were we supposed to go? I think the chest. Yep, we'll go for the chest. Got laser and come on. Actually hit the heart. Might as well take cancer. We've got enough keys. I believe this is the all stats up one. Nope. Trail of Tears one. Doesn't matter. We're probably not going to be able to re-roll it anyways. Counterfeit money. We'll take that. Darn it. Felt like I might have a chance there. That's an easy room. That was a fairly easy room, but I potentially could have really messed up there. Are we gonna once again get a discount 7-cent item? Yeah, we are. But in this case, the 9 volts and double charges with flies. I guess you take it? It just would mean that in preparation for the final boss fight, you would always have 1 charge ready extra to summon more flies instead of just popping it after each room. You'd still mostly pop it after each room, you'd just wait until skip 1 room. So yeah, now you would do that. Oops, I stupidly just pulled the trigger anyways, without even thinking. So we have 1 bomb. We could look for a secret room. We have a key there. That's a pretty awful room. Magician versus Empress. We'll take the Magician with us and use it in the next room. Not really a room that needed Magician, but whatever. Yep, not a lot to say here. I'm just trying to focus. Yep. If anything, I suspect as we get to the end of this series, I will just start to get more and more quiet and just really play seriously. Criticism is about as much as it can be as far as the, like, I've said everything there is to say is what I mean to say with as far as Rebirth. There's not a lot here that's going to surprise me or become this unexpectedly different experience. Wait, well, we'll try that after we get this room cleared. $10. And there's no more room, so we'll pull the flies now. Then we'll do Burkano, which gives us more flies and spiders, I think. And then, yeah, there's kind of nothing else to be done. You take the soul heart for sure. I can take the Bible, can't afford it. I could take the battery, or I could take a key, or I could just put 5 cents into the machine. I think we'll take a key. Since we're going to the chest, here and there getting extra keys I think would make sense. trying to do as much damage as possible because this guy's gonna try and wreck me. Evil range and shot speed up. All good things. If not a little frustrating that we still have the charge shot. We didn't get a deal with the devil or a deal with the angel in that floor. And every time you see me go through a floor and take one hit of damage, that's the game over if I was playing as the Lost, since he only has one hit health of damage. I am just not even going to entertain fantasies that I am a good enough player to play as Lost. I don't think really it's a case where even the top 10% of Isaac players are particularly successful with the Lost consistently. I think there is a lot of death that happens there. It's definitely one of those challenges that you would a little kid would think about, as far as just, hey, let's make the basketball hoop higher than it was before. Let's just make things more difficult. Without really trying to balance any gameplay element around there. And even in Repentance, I don't feel like there's probably a lot of items or scenarios or synergies that can happen that would break the Lost out of being a one-hit kill character. And I think by the Repentance DLC, which is, as of this recording, the latest DLC and probably the last, there probably are some completion marks or achievements centering around beating a lot of the characters, a lot of the bosses as the Lost on hard mode, just to once again establish like what should be a multi-year challenge that only the best of the best players potentially are going to ever accomplish, and most people shouldn't even try. Yeah. At a certain point, you just have to leave them wanting more. And that might be something that game developers in particular have a hard time realizing. This is funny. So, teleport myself. A 2-room charge to teleport ourselves to go to I Am Error rooms, maybe? No, I don't think so. Well, it might be fun and all, it doesn't really give you a pattern towards success if you're just teleporting yourself around. Even if I got a bunch of I Am Error rooms, that is only going to get me so far as beating people. You can't teleport yourself to an I Am Error room in the dark place or in the chest, I think. And even if you did, it probably would just drop you back onto the same area, at least until later DLCs. There very well may be something else that I did see mention of, something called the Void, and there is this Delirium character that probably is the character in the Void. That seems to be like a 20% chance of reaching that. But even them adding that much after all the other levels and floors that have already been added is kind of crazy. We really don't have a reason to go into a shop if we don't have any money. Like, particularly when we're on Necropolis 2 and about to fight Mom's foot. Right. So if I pop the stars here, that teleports us here. If I pop this, that teleports us to the challenge room, I guess, which can give us 3 coins. And maybe if we don't take any damage, we'll take this as a way of yeah. Hey, we got a pill. Run through this room so the gravity doesn't grab us. We'll go back this way and we'll get the guppy's head. Go and pop it. 5 coins. Now I guess there might be a reason to go into the shop. Best case, worst case scenario, we put it in the donation machine. Okay. Can we guarantee a super secret room? There's a decent chance. And we'd only be putting 5 coins in there anyways. The only other thought would have been to take the guaranteed soul heart. But if I can gamble for something else, that would be potentially good. This is Necropolis 2. Tears down. Are you a wizard? Amnesia. Telepills. Really helpful pills we've got here. So that one's bad, that one's bad, that one's here. This is probably not a pill run at this point. Best case scenario, this is a lemon party. This is a lot of red foot. We're gonna have to get large attacks, and like just shifting our shots is not working. Getting her to step on explosive rocks helps a little bit. Alright. Taking the Polaroid, we're going to the chest. Taking on Blue Baby. No real desire to do Mega Satan. Let's see. In here is a gold chest, so maybe an argument there for that. There'd be no argument for a sacrifice room or curse room. I call them sacrifice rooms on accident all the time. Coin plus coins, not worth it. Is Pulse Worm worth it? No. That messes things up. Can't even get through the rocks. I was struggling there just to get through the rocks. And totally missed that shot. You have one bomb. Interesting. What just teleported me? What item do I have that would teleport us? Polaroid? Safety pin, maybe? Yeah, that's the only things I can think of that would even possibly teleport us. Of course, getting teleported out of a room is never really what you want, because almost certainly if you're going into a room, you're not doing it just for fun as an optional room. Take the health, I guess. I'm not doing good at this point. I could try to have my little guy bring some health back to me, but frankly I would have to be in a room where it was very, very safe. And not really expecting to see any rooms where things are very safe. Laser on top of lasers, very hard to see. Yeah, we may be struggling now because our health is just... well, I think our damage might be the problem. That by this point, we would have wanted the damage to be higher. But also we are definitely struggling because of the charged setup. Right. See if the super secret room is here, and if it's a red room, red heart room. No. And this is Utero 1, so we can go back and get that. Could try to blow up this with one bomb. Probably not really succeed well with it. Alright. Ideally this pill would be full health. Nope. 48-hour energy. Which... I guess that works fairly well. It's not probably the best way to use a 48-hour energy, but whatever. Yeah, 48-hour energy really would only be, I think, really useful if you have the prayer card, if you have something else. Yeah. There's one more room over here. And it's either that the secret room is down here, or it can't be to the left or right or here. So it could be to the left of that. So yeah, my guess would be it would be there. And I guess not. Well, then that leaves us potentially the challenge room. Which, can we get into the challenge room? Probably not. Yeah, that's gonna be locked. There's no reason to go into the cursed room. And there's no shops and there's no item rooms. And there's nothing on any of the floors except for the Eternal Heart that we have to remember to go back and get. We don't have any bombs to deal with these two anyways now. Right. Tear shots and shot speed up. Soul Heart. In here we end up with Soul Heart, Soul Heart, Soul Heart. Well, that certainly changes the name of the game. Yep. We have a chance, definitely. We could easily still die against Mom's Heart. Or Isaac, or the Blue Baby, or any enemy in between. But, yeah. I guess the goal is to probably just find the boss rooms and or get... What am I stepping on? Red creep. Yeah, to immediately take on 2 damages and be teleported because of red creep. Alright. Seriously. No, this is totally unfair. As I think this is going to be the end of our run. Come on, little leech, can you attack that guy and eat some hearts off of him? Yeah, my little leech guy is not handling business. Alright, so I think... I mean, we basically need a super secret room first before we even thought about a secret room, so... Yep. Guess we'll go upwards. Might as well. Okay, let me fly. Give me something to, so that lets me fly, and I could get those 2 hearts and then the soul heart. Just be really careful about where we land. Nope. Yeah. And see, and that's an hour commitment. That's a lot, certainly, to end up kind of not winning. Samson's not as bad as some of the other characters, though, so we'll once again try and go for the chest, and Samson has his rage that starts him off with, so as he goes through the floor, even though his damage is fairly low to start with. It builds and builds, which definitely shows that all we need is a little bit of a speed upgrade and a little bit of a damage upgrade, and you are well suited for a good run. And I think at this point it is important to just say the scenario of bad first floor items can no longer be tolerated. Like, I know we're still trying to put coins into the donation machine, but also almost every run we do, we know we're trying to actually win, so we spend all those coins. Let's see, now we're up to 3 damage with our rage. So if we find an item room here and it's something like Little Planet or Anti-Gravity, something that's not helpful and in no way could even be helpful, I think we just have to hit the R key and reset and save ourselves. Like, better to spend 5 minutes on a bad run than end up spending an hour on a run that was struggling. And a lot of these runs are struggles. There's definitely no guarantee of victory in playing Isaac. Although, I guess if you define victory as just beating Mom's foot, then there's pretty high guarantee of that. Yeah, Loki's Horn, cross tiers. It's borderline as an item. You really need something like Brimstone or Technology to synergize with it. Otherwise, it's kind of a boring thing. Very rarely are you going to be 90 degrees away from a guy and hit them. So at a certain point you're just providing covering fire, but these AI guys don't dodge bullets, which I guess that would be a thing that maybe you would see in Isaac 2, if an Isaac 2 was ever made, is enemies that are smart enough to start dodging your shots. Although that might be incredibly frustrating for any kind of game. Are you a wizard? With 4-way shots might be interesting. There's no item that I know of that gives you Are You a Wizard permanently, though. Feels like there should be something like that. Damage and range up. Alright. And so we'll want to see what our base damage is before the rage starts increasing. It's on this floor. Yeah, base damage 3. Here we've got an arcade. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have to come back and think about using the blood bank. Noticeably, we have no keys, no coins, and no bombs now. Yeah. The wafer damage reduction, great. Although, I don't think the wafer can reduce damage from the blood machine to 0. Or quarter heart damage. That doesn't exist. If we could get petrified poop, that would be nice. Give us a higher luck, because I don't think our luck is affected on this character build. I think it's just your standard 1 luck. 2 spades, which would just be keys. Yep. I don't know what I'm afraid of. We're nowhere close to Mom's Foot. I probably do waste about a minute in every run at least just looking at stats and looking at what floor we're on and looking at the map. At least a minute when I think about how often I look at the map. But yeah, I don't know how you boss rush through all of that. What happened here? How did we end up skipping a room? This must be Curse of the Maze. Got a lot of red hearts. Yeah. This is Curse of the Maze. It's practically putting the bombs in the rooms where you're supposed to bomb. Maybe that's always been the case, though. Maybe that's exactly how the game has always worked, that you get a key in the rooms where you need a key, you get a bomb in the rooms you need a bomb. So half heart damage, which isn't special, which... Using this to increase your rage, though, doesn't work. If you're trying to get a deal with the devil, you can see our damage is at the highest. Double bombs. Key. At that point I could have made a decision to go to the shop and try and have try and buy something, but I think we just take the key with us to the next floor. The moon. Go ahead and take this half heart at this point. There's a decent chance we get through this whole floor without taking any damage. Alright. I'm assuming this red is not creep. Yeah. Continuing to try and play this, and we might as well see if the super secret room is here or here. If this was a red heart room, that would tell us, that'd give us a little bit more options, but it isn't. We could do this over and over again, and because there aren't that many left-right rooms, we could potentially end up in the shop for free. Is it really worth your attempt there? No, I don't think so. Hit that. Well, I tried my best. Tower. Take that. Go ahead and take the moon. We've got enough bombs to blow up this guy. Would it be worth it with our pills that we've seen to blow up these? Yeah, let's do it. I found pills. I found pills. We'll take that one with us. Now I guess, yeah, we'll double our coins to 2. There's not really a reason to go into the shop. We'll take that with us to the next floor. We'll go ahead and take the dark heart. And take the health. Trying to raise up our health with the blood bank did not succeed, but it was worth a try. And we're not in a terrible situation, really. We could be in a terrible situation, but it would have to be because I played terribly and managed to take a bunch of stupid damage. It's kind of boring room. Do that. I guess you take the soul heart to refill a black heart. Yeah. There's a red heart. That could have been a place where a jar might have been useful. And that was tears down, so at least we now know. We would like tears up, not tears down, obviously. We haven't had a great pill run in quite a while. Which probably just goes to show that you really shouldn't try for pill runs. They don't happen often enough for it to be worth it. And cards are just so much safer. Even if you have a poor collection of cards that you'll actually find, they're easy to play and easy to ignore. You don't have a left trigger item, that would be nice too. Starting to get that tickle in my throat from talking too much. I think the super secret room is here. Troll bombs. And could the secret room be to the left? I guess it could be. Could also be to the right. Let's go in here. Bomb bag. Or mystery sack. Oh, not the bomb bag. Just mystery items. Good. That could help us quite a bit. So we know the secret room can't be there. So it's either here or it was too higher. Okay. We need to blow this up to get coins, potentially. Which means we need to go through the key entry this way. Alright. This is going to be a money well spent if we can get 15 coins. And no, we couldn't. Okay. Then there's really nothing else to do other than go to the curse room, so you take this and you take a bomb, I think. Yeah. But this is definitely what we wanted to take. Yeah. Moving on. $48-hour energy. Well, at least we know what it is. I thought I had charge shot for a second there. It's just we have a really slow tears rate. Yep. This is slow, and boy do I not have anything to say as I'm just focusing. Right, up. Get your HP up, get your health up. Might as well. We need an active left trigger item, and doesn't seem like we're likely to get it. Maybe we'll get Guppy's head. Well, we got Guppy's paw. Which, I guess you do that? With Guppy's paw? I guess that's what we do. We're one item, I believe, towards Guppy, though, so yeah. We would pretty much expect to be a little closer to 2 items to Guppy at this point, if we're really going to get it. Of course, if we make it to the chest, then I don't know if we get Guppy items in the yellow chest items. I don't think we would, so yeah, that is another consideration. But there really isn't enough room to change your mind either. I think going to the chest in Blue Baby increases my chance of success in general. Might as well take this. That means we don't use a key to open this. Now we've got extra keys and extra bombs and extra coins. And since that was the super secret room, I guess we are in a unique position. If I can put a bomb here and test that wall. That helps us, assuming that that was close enough to the wall to actually test it, which maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Now this room tells us obviously there wasn't a secret room there. So that then leaves us with these two rooms. So we should go up one and see if there's a secret room. Possibly on either side of this. Yeah. Okay, so we have to go in here. Mom's contacts now have a freeze effect, which is interesting. And let's see. We'll have to consider whether we want to take this or not. We can start by blowing this up though. Excellent. Steam sale. Bring everything down. That makes the decision way easier. Of course, we're on caves too, so like that's gonna give us a couple of shops with Steam sale being affected. Right, so the freeze effect really does freeze things. That's nice. 2 of diamonds doubles your coins. Temperance, I think, sacrifices is a blood bank. So we potentially have a real winner here. Combination to get a lot of coins. I don't even know if I want to get damage up and challenge up on this character. I think actually I don't, because yeah, there's no desperate reason to do that. Like, normally anything to increase damage would be something worth considering, but I've got the rage that grows that probably taps you out at max damage by the time you get to a boss. I have no idea where the secret room would be at this rate either. We already found the super secret room. Well, I have a thought, I guess, where the secret room could be. It could have been on the back end of the other room. Let's deal this fight first, and then we'll come back. Double trouble garglings. See. HP up. Soul heart. Might as well take it. No deal with the devil though. Or deal with the angel. Seems like Samson gets bigger too. It would be interesting if they were to make a Binding of Isaac 2 and the effect of Stompy starts to happen the bigger you get. You certainly could play an idea of Isaac with each floor getting older and potentially stronger and more capable. And then at a certain point that you would have Isaac being an old man who is gonna be old and weak. Yeah, there's no telling where the secret room would be then. Like, unless it connects here or connects here, which it can't do that, can it? I don't want to spend any coins yet. Can't really connect there. Could have connected here. Yeah, that was a lot of bombs. A lot of work. Okay. So we'll go over here, we'll put a machine. Grab this card while we're doing it. I don't want to blow up the donation machine. That would be potentially something that I could have done. But alright, we've got our health up one more. We could have run around and gotten some more stuff. And at this point, you double your coins. You take this and this. And then we try to put 35 coins into the donation machine to make a real amount of progress. Yeah. And I just don't want to buy that, so I'm gonna hold on to the coins now that the donation machine is jammed. And our pursuit of coins going forward can be very minimal. We would like longer, faster shot speed, I guess, and more damage, whether technology or brimstone. Don't know what else we're really looking for. Maybe a little bit more defensive stuff, but honestly I don't think there's that much more defensive stuff we could get. Yep, starting at a base attack, we're fairly high. And as I understand, Isaac, there is a just straight up damage cap that you hit the damage cap and maybe some items synergize and let you break the damage cap, but not a lot of them do. So once that bar is full, speed and shot speed become way bigger focuses. Again, I'm just going quiet because I'm really trying to win here. It's going to be a more difficult decision, certainly, as to when is the right time to pull Guppy's paw. Yeah, we'll take the black card now, I guess. And we may pull Guppy's paw now. Yeah, that I think was the right way to play that. I have 5 bombs, so there's a potential we could get into the shop with the bomb. We're looking for a super secret room, which could be here. But I suspect looking at this room is down here. East Birdfoot. I think we probably will hold on to that, even though we really don't know what it does. If this is the secret room that helps us. And if this guy gave me Steam Sale, at that point I would just leave it on the ground. There's not really reason to use it. Okay, we'll take this. And we'll take this. And we'll take this. And we'll take this. And then the rest, I guess, we put into the fortune-telling machine. Here's a black heart. Maybe we should take it with us after the fight. Let's see. I mean, how much damage reduction can you take? Alright, 4 room rerolls the pedestal items. I don't think we need damage reduction on top of the wafer. Let's see if we can maybe find some other pedestal items too that the number 4 room would reroll. I don't think there's any reason to not just pick that up now. We already found the secret room. We should go in the challenge room. We should do the boss fight too. Like, we might very well in depth 1 end up with just an HP up and want to reroll that. It's interesting because there's just no reason for that room. Is there a tinted rock anywhere here? No. Would it be even worth it to try and blow up a tinted rock? No. Alright, so the trinket does bring about the dead bird. You can barely even see it. It's just a little pencil outline of the dead bird. Okay. Is it worth it to go into the sacrifice room? No, I don't think so. Like, even at half heart damage, it'd still take a full soul heart in and out. And blowing up rocks, we don't have enough bombs. Blowing up skulls, we really don't have reason to do that. Just avoid getting jumped on, I guess. That's all you have to do. And the freezing mechanic. Right. We got no deal with the devil. Okay. So. we go this direction, and then we pick up this black heart. And yeah, I believe we land on this. That re-rolls everything. We have all these red hearts. Yeah, I would not use that item, so that's a shame. I guess I should have taken the defense, the infamy, but whatever. Shop wise, there wasn't an item for sale anyways, so that didn't re-roll. HP up, odd bandage is not really any different than what we did before. Let's do this. I think I can hit this guy twice. I shouldn't have done that though, because there's a decent chance that Alright, we're gonna have to take this pill. Alright. So you take that, sin up. Gives us a whole bunch of black hearts. Hanged Man, Empress. This pill is Are You Wizard? We will take the Bible Tract Faith up. Yeah, unless we get the Lover's card at this point. Now we got two of them. Which do we think is better, the Rosary Bead or... Let's see. Okay, we're out of coins. I guess we stick with... I think the Bible Tract is probably better than the... I was hoping to blow up both of those. I think the Bible Tract is better than what else is offered. 48-hour energy versus the Empress. We'll take the Empress. There is an argument around just getting the paperclip. Before we buy a red heart, let's now go look at how many red hearts we can actually pick up. Oh, more than enough. And that puts us with the Guppies foot in a weird position, because if I was to pull and activate it, it would basically just be refilling half of a dark heart, or I'm gonna have to wait until I've done nearly 3 full dark hearts worth of damage before I activate it. I would definitely prefer to see another left trigger item, something more useful. And this is our second run of this recording. I just had to remind myself of that. We must have had a fairly long previous run, but also it probably says something that I don't even remember it. Isaac is becoming forgettable. And that is certainly the issue. Certainly why I wouldn't want to just play Isaac forever. That was definitely when I first started my channel. Kind of my thought is I'd just play it forever because I was enjoying it so much. And it's a stupid, silly thought. Like, eventually you're going to get bored with any game and move on. Well, actually, I have met a few people that literally play the same game over and over again. There's people that are still playing World of Warcraft and things like that, but yeah, golden keys. But yeah, now with some hindsight, I definitely know I wouldn't want to keep this series going for very long. Alright, 5 I think changes what you're holding, which might be interesting. Also, it might change what's on the floor, which might be interesting. Also, it might be the one that makes you go through the floor and run the whole run again. Alright, which room? Let's test here. All black hearts. Alright, so we'll just leave all that. Donation machine is already locked and jammed anyways. So we're looking for an item room. We're looking for the shop. And this freezing ability, surprisingly we haven't gotten it more often, but it actually is saving the day a lot more. Yep. Let's just walk over this. I don't know why it's making the rock crushing sound effect every time I hit something, but I guess that's working. Right, now this is depths too, so this is Mom's foot, which means we should just go ahead and take temperance and play it. If we're going to play it, if we're not going to play it, don't play it. Since this is Mom's foot, darn it, gotta keep moving in these rooms. There would be, if it is the re-roll the room, re-roll the floor, dice, then that won't really change too much. I could have left a bomb there, but I actually need bombs, so yeah, we're getting like one-hit keys kills. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pause the recording, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Now I've broken my stride, unfortunately, so there is this possibility, and yeah, I don't know if the timer stays paused when you pause. I guess we look at this. It's 41:20, pause, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 41:21. So I guess the timer does stay paused. Alright, so we have a slot machine. We're looking for a super secret room with our last 2 bombs. In the super secret room, we've got a dark heart, which we might as well just pick up now, I guess. We can now get to the slot machine faster. Oops. 1. Yeah, I guess there's no fear of actually picking up a red heart. We'll just see what this pays out in. We'll take the bomb. And we'll leave it at that. Alright. We have 1 more room to check and then we'll run on to the floor. And do the dice room. And see how that works for us. I think the number 5 dice rerolls everything we have. So I think it puts us in a unique position to basically change all the items we have into something else. Yeah, last time I picked that up, I said don't pick that up. So we kind of know 4 changes things on the floor, so I think we picked that up. I think we picked that up specifically so that we leave Guppy's paw. Yeah. And coin-wise, if we got a double battery, that doesn't really help us any. Pill-wise, that doesn't help us. The Bible, that doesn't really help us. Okay. Let's see how this plays. Epic Fetus is now here. So now we do that. Which is way too dangerous to actually play as. And we've got coins all over the place. And yeah, now I guess the question is this one. I should maybe not pick up the red heart, but yeah. Okay. Blood bag. Could refill our health. Let's just do this. Ready to gamble. Let's go ahead and hit this one. And hit this. Ooh, boy did that leave a lot of things on the floor. Boy did I just leave a ton of items on the floor as far as coins. We now have nightmare scenario. Also, where we're gonna have to be very careful as far as how we play this. I also don't see our health, but I think our health is fine. Let's see what this is. Algaze, Destruction, Empress, and the Sun. We'll just pop the Sun now. Right, so there's a boss fight to the left over here. Joker. Sure. We'll not do this. And since we have an infinite number of bombs we can do, we'll just see if maybe something triggers the devil to attack if we blow him up a bunch of times. Because he clearly has like a rock under him that does break as a pedestal, but yeah, you may have to blow up the statue multiple times in different runs. Let's just take this key. See what this card is. Chariot. That was puberty. And there we had a bit of a slowdown. Grab some of this. I guess there's no reason not to just start blowing up rocks like crazy. I think I'm back up to full black hearts. Is this cursed eye or is this something else? Let's just take it. Triple shot. Right. Does that change anything? Yeah. That's just a game winner there. There's nothing that's going to be able to get hit by that with a triple shot and isn't completely wrecked. In fact, this is going to get annoying, frankly. Chariot or the Empress or Destruction. Let's go in here and play that. And then yeah, I don't think it's worth it to try and go through that room. With this setup, I guess if I could get deals with the angel, there might be. Yeah. If I could get deals with the angel, then I could get the keys, and then I guess there'd be a fight then with Mega Satan. I don't get the reason why I'd do that, though. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, just one fight with Mega Satan is probably more than enough. Oh, this is going terribly. Let's go ahead and pull that. We just have to walk out of the room, I guess. If a fly appears. Troll bomb. Blowing up that. Take some more coins. Joker. Did we already jump to the Joker on this floor, or was that the previous floor? Let's take this, since we got nothing better to do. Take this, and take this. Let's not blow up anything here. Where would the super secret room be? Would just have to be in that room, wouldn't it? Alright, so that's not worth our time. And then the question, I guess, is... Yeah, we had already been in the Joker room, so whatever. We could have used that on the next floor. Is there cards on the floor worth getting? Probably not, but we'll do it anyways. Is there a soul heart anywhere on the floor? No, not one worth attempting to take. Well, this may be the quickest elimination of Abel's fires in the opposite direction that you're firing in, so I think he's fairly useless as a character. So like if I fire to the left, he'll fire to the right, which means you have to kind of be in the center, and the enemy has to kind of be in the center for them to actually hit them. And I don't think he does that much damage anyways. Right, so we want to just one hit success. We're going to the chest, so we take the Polaroid. One hit kill. Yeah, and this is kind of a great example of eventually, if you put enough time into it, you will just unlock a crazy build, and that crazy build will make it everything die in one hit and help you not take any damage on potentially an entire floor or two, but not potentially the entire runs. Right. Right. Of course, now it's just gonna all be about not blowing yourself up. And I can't use the Abel as a counter to anything. I guess you take Guppy. I'm two ways to Guppy. It still didn't really kill everything. Range up and take this. Probably would be just wiser to take this. Let's go ahead and take health up, I guess, at this point. We have damage reduction, remember? So 1 hit still will be half a hit, even in the room and going forward. There is a system where, in Repentance, where they start to add kind of a damage reduction to the enemies and the bosses if you do too much damage at once, which kind of would break a setup like this. I suppose it's probably worth it to take the Eternal Heart now. It wouldn't hurt to have a Dark Bum or a Blue Cross. I don't think it's really worth our time to blow up a whole bunch of rocks. Like, I don't think you're going to find secrets. There we go. Well, I actually, on the Bible tract, do seem to be finding a decent amount of secrets, so let's continue the search. Is there somewhere I can stand where I won't blow myself up? Yep. Since we have infinite rocks, now can't even run in circles. Put something in near the center and then run around it. And that kills that character, or that kind of character, the regenerating characters, quite nicely. Not really looking for secret rooms, so we can investigate that also. Batteries, man, if I just had something that used batteries on this run, would have been so nice. Hierophant. Take it. Take that. And we'll just double check to make sure there isn't a super secret room here. Okay. Yep, can't be a super secret room. This way there could be something behind these rocks, but probably not. It feels like you would want to make a slight adjustment here so that the triple shot did just fire 3 at the exact same time. Alright, now it's questionable. Do we think we'll get a third HP up? And is that even what we're really looking for? Or are we just gonna try and get a whole bunch of coins in womb 1 for kind of no reason. I'm now making more room where they can actually be standing. Which, that doesn't work. This is a nightmare scenario. They need to be up and near me. Alright, well. It's funny how the camera is trying to pan upward. Alright. Come on. Alright, so super secret room can't be here. It could be over here. It could be over here. It's another eternal heart to give us another HP up. And we can take the soul heart with us. And I don't think there's anything else we can do. So, off we go. I don't know if we've ever fought Blastocyst. It doesn't seem like you can defeat him quickly and easily that way, though. Alright, tears and shot speed up. I mean, you might go in there and that might be ahead of Krampus fight, but even if it was, that probably wouldn't be too bad. Alright, so do we lose the Eternal Heart if we make a deal with the devil? I don't think we do, no. So, Dark Bum. Okay. So then that gives us some things we can look around for, I guess. See if Dark Bum can trade us some soul hearts. And give us some more things. There's a couple of red hearts we can go get. Nothing in here. Battery in here. Soul art. Alright. I don't think that's too bad. Thought there was a soul heart in here, but I guess maybe I picked it up. Okay, well, we move on, I guess. There's a smaller than average chance here of failure, I would say. I'd have to hurt myself pretty badly with my own triple shot and rocket hits. Or I just have to take a whole bunch of dumb damage. We're 2 into Guppy. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and pick up these bombs. I don't think we really have a reason to try and draw this out. I think ideally we are just gonna look for an easy exit and take on Mom's heart. If we could get the Emperor a couple times, that would be great. Just go to Isaac, go to Blue Baby. Come on. That took a lot of work. Alright, we're at max soul hearts also at this point, so I don't think I'll be blowing up rocks. Alright, we also have a whole room, which tells me that I'm just gonna keep this somewhere near the middle of the room. Okay. Is there anything else to do in this floor? Not that it would seem like we could look for a secret room and try and get some more bombs. That would kind of be it. Just to say, hey. But yeah, even if there is a secret room, it's not in contact with any of these rooms. Let's just go forward. Alright, nearly dead. And skipped. So, all I had to do was 2 shots. There's nothing here. We'll go up here. Bring them out here. And go back up here. Take a couple. There we go. That's all we needed. Up we go to the cathedral. Alright, let's just kind of assume that the challenge requires us to go through this room. Darn it. Still half heart damage because of the wafer. Wafer is one of the best items for this very reason. Because it brings you back to the style of gameplay that you probably learned at the beginning of your Isaac experience. In comparison to later Isaac levels, which are really demanding. Alright, well if that's not it, then I'm gonna make some assumption that it's the opposite direction. We don't really need a lot of bombs, but we can blow up rocks for soul hearts. Is it worth it to take holy water to get through this floor? I don't think it is. I think we can just happily skip that and save ourselves some time. No, I think we're still looking for soul hearts. It'll blow up. How many rocks we can blow up per shot. It's probably not worth 2 keys to do that. Yeah, that totally wasn't worth it. Like, the odds of us getting Guppy at the moment are kind of low. Like, we may get the chest, but the chest is not gonna give us Guppy items. So we would need something like the left hand to give us deals with the devil chests, red chests. Or some weird deal with the devil anyways. Oh, this is gonna suck. Just a really tiny room with a lot of people. And I think we're going in the right direction, but wouldn't be surprised if we're not actually going in the right direction. Super secret rooms and secret rooms. Yeah, I guess if I found a super secret room and it was a heart room, then Dark Bum could give us some soul hearts. We might be at a point where it's worth it to transfer 1 red heart to get to 3 soul hearts. I don't know if we need to do that right now, though. Yeah, let's do it. We're getting dangerously close to our dark hearts. Alright. This is still a little deadly, as you can probably tell. This is not really what I wanted to do. I didn't want to get the fetus in the jar. 2 gold keys in 1 room. Well, I think we go forward and we take on this fight. Maybe we pop the chariot, or maybe we'll just hold on to the chariot. Yep, that got us almost completely done. Ay, darn it, there's still a guy attacking me as it's playing the audio. Interesting. We've unlocked 2 achievements this time. Something Else and Bloody Lust. Something Icky and Bloody Lust. Which, yeah. I was only really expecting to unlock one thing. Yeah. I remember those things. Yeah. So here we have Mom's wig. Here we have scissor item that will give us flying. Here we have Anarchist cookbook. We can go ahead and take this, and we can take this, and there's really no reason to take those other two items. We'll use Guppy's paw. We're not Guppy. We are now looking for the lamb. We're probably not getting a I would guess we're probably not getting like Dad's key or anything that would open the path and let us fight the Mega Satan. Nor there's a Polaroid helping us. Lemon mishap. We might take that with us. Yeah, really we just want to get to the lamb though. Like, we don't want to drag this out. There you go. Splunker hat. Lets you see through doors. To not really see much, but... like, yeah, the doors... Alright, blue. The relic soul generator, blue cross. That's appreciative. Let's continue down this direction. Yeah, we'll take the miter. We'll leave the quarter. I don't see a real reason to take it. We might get just a reroll. Like, if we somehow ended up with the D6, that'd be crazy. Number 1 tears up. What are our stats, by the way? You see, this is an hour and 16 run, which is much more doable. Although, in all fairness, I still am. Oh, so it just shows you that there's a room there. It doesn't like open the room for you. Didn't realize the Splunker hat worked that way. So we'll go back and get that dark heart. Yeah. It is much more reasonable, I think, to be in a situation where you're... Oh no. How's that gonna synergize? Oh good. It seems to be overwritten. Alright, well... I think we're fine to go against the lamb here. And we won't call it an end after... I mean, the blue baby. Obviously, the blue baby. Wow, the blue baby definitely is stronger as far as his HP. You see that unlocked yet another thing. Let's just run around and see if maybe we do find a D6. At the very worst, this creates a scenario where we are picking up items and we might just run into another item of interest. Or we might learn something as far as a synergy. Which is better, taking the devil or the chariot? I think you take the devil at this point. Wait for all the green glowing stuff to go. Shoot the whoop. I guess range up might be helpful. I guess also shoot the whoop would probably be the better item to hold on to. And yeah, he dies also. Well, we could try and teleport ourselves into the Mega Satan room. I don't know if you can, but it's an idea. Sure, let's get as many teleport charges as we can from clearing out rooms. I don't even know what killed him in that case. Like, apparently a spider just killed one of the guys. Our damage must be very high. Go ahead and take that. Seems like I'm just doing damage in general to everybody in the room. Alright, well, did we find the secret room? Super secret room, yes. 48-hour energy, full, and chariot. We have to trying to find the starter room. Do we have any others that might have batteries? We can go ahead and take that, I guess. Just for the sake of it, just take the quarter, why not? Yeah, so pedestal item, pedestal item. Card over here. Soul heart over here. It's crazy that the thing that saved the day here really was the fact that we had massive increase in damage where we're just clearing rooms completely. We didn't get Guppy. Fetus in the jar, which is usually a terrible idea, somehow became good enough with our soul hearts and Guppy's paw. Guppy's paw, I would say, probably is the more MVP item because that was the strategy item there. Whereas Fetus in the jar and triple shot was a joke item. Alright, and as we continue to have good runs, we will fill out the completion mark on most, if not all, of these characters. In a lot of ways, as long as I guess I can go one day where I'm unlocking, if I can make 3 episodes and spend about 9 hours and I'm unlocking something, there's room for consideration there. But yeah, we have maybe 1 more item to unlock here, 2 items, 3 items, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah. We have like 18 more items that I think are specifically focused around that. The completion of either the chest or the dark place. And we're really running out of room as far as any other items to see. And you could never really create a situation where unlocking everything suddenly changes the game drastically, or even unlocking one thing drastically changes the game. The thing that would specifically change it drastically would be having different starting items. And see, Isaac starting with the D6 makes sense, whereas all these other characters have some kind of starting item, which Azazel seems to be about the only character that doesn't have a starting item, and Lazarus and the Lost and Eden has random starting items. So yeah, theoretically we could do one more episode and get the lamb on this and blue baby on this, and then do another episode and get the blue baby on this, and maybe blue baby on Judas, and yeah. Seems like we have some great progress. So then the question comes down to which is better as far as boss rush mode. Let's try this again. I think D6 probably, since everything kind of starts at 2 speed, except for maybe a randomization Eden token, and I guess you could run 23 runs trying to boss rush with that. But yeah, I think Isaac by default is your boss rush choice because he has a higher speed. And yeah, we've probably already lost. What does this guy give you? I guess we'd be looking for coins if we missed the boss rush at that point, and then we just die. Like, there's not really even a reason to continue to play. And yeah, once again, it feels slow, and it definitely feels different from playing Fetus in the Jar now. Seriously. Alright, well, we'll blow that up. Take that and that. And I've missed the item on the first floor, so we'll take that and take Rainbow Buddy. Yep. We'll try not to take anything else. Should I have rolled Rainbow Buddy? I don't know. One more hit and I lose my Eternal Heart. There, that went. Rainbow Buddies doing random effects might be interesting. I obviously need more damage, faster shot speed. This guy doesn't even want to attack me. Screws would be tears and shot speed up. I'll take that. We're not super past the boss rush at this point. Yeah, And I don't think you can, even with the D6, expect to somehow get the Bible. Odds are just too low on that. You need a library, and then I probably would need to know what triggers a library appearing, if anything. It may very well be 100% random. Better be the right direction. Otherwise, I've gone through 2 large rooms for no reason. Dark Heart. Do we go back and get the item? I mean, it's pretty bad to not get the item. But maybe it wasn't worth it. Maybe we skip some item rooms going forward. Monster's wrong. Pickaxe. Darn it. Neither one of those is gonna work. Need a battery, and I'm not gonna get a battery. I have no idea where the secret room would be then. Don't have bombs. Moving on. Alright, so this next floor probably does make an argument to skip the item room. Simply because we won't have a D6 charge. Yeah, it feels like there should have been, and probably in hindsight they would have put a very high chance of you getting the Bible, or always giving you a chance to get the Bible when fighting Mom's foot, Mom's heart. I could see maybe the first time you pull it, then you stop getting the Bible, but until that point it is your de facto only item that you start with in the first floor on the first first floor, and then you just take it with you throughout the entire thing, or you always get it on the Mom's foot floor. That might make more sense. Most people probably wouldn't even recognize that they were always getting it. Alright, left hand deals with the devil. Take this chest. Run from the troll bomb. Let's see. Yep. And it definitely does feel like boss rush in a lot of ways is very much subjective to just the random rooms you get. Come on, hit the fire. Sure, dead cat. And magnetic tears to pull them towards us now. Do we re-roll dead cat or do we take 9 lives? Yeah. Alright, all stats up and shuffled. Alright. So the magnetic tears, I believe, will bring enemies towards my shots, making it easier to succeed at making a shot. Is it worth it to go into the shop? If we do, we've got to do it very quickly. This and this and run out. Was there a battery in that room? I don't know. If there was, I probably should have taken that. Alright. Super secret room. Forget it. We don't have bombs. Nor do I have an idea at all where it would be. Range up. Okay. And see, in this case, I pretty much had to force him to get out from in between the two walls so I could actually hit him without him doing his urine and hurting me. You know, Mario Maker 2, both came out after Binding of Isaac Rebirth. There's probably a lot of features in something like Mario Maker that would be interesting if you added it to a Binding of Isaac 2. Things that would mark where other players died, being able to easily create your own characters and your own levels. I don't know if you can actually make your own characters in Mario Maker. I bet you can't, really. There we go. Alright, so is Curse of Darkness going to mess us up? Maybe. Just need to move very fast and not try to waste time picking up bombs and keys and other items. We're looking for secret passages. It's probably the right way. Yeah, this is going to be one of those cases where even if we did make it to the speed rush, boss rush, you'd almost need the boss rush to then hand you some items that changed your experience so drastically that you could then actually defeat all the bosses, or you'd have to play incredibly well. This took us completely in the wrong direction. That didn't help either. Just a terrible floor. Yep, we're about to lose. And that'll be the end of this run. in the end of this episode. I think the box sometimes protects you, but clearly it doesn't protect you that often. There we go. We're going in here with half heart. We'll pop the strength and run. And I don't know what I did. Did strength give me an extra heart? I guess it did. I guess that's the one that gives you the extra HP for that room. Which, yeah, I guess that means strength is probably a pretty decent card. Now, gotta be real careful not to get hit. Speed up. I mean, we are boss rushing. So, yep. I don't think we're succeeding at boss rushing. I feel like also you could probably start a run and then just immediately pause and find out the seed. And because you know what the seed is, you can then go to a website and totally cheat this and know exactly the layout of each floor. Maybe that's not affected by the seed or not. Maybe the floor layouts are random and just the item drops are what are affected by the seeds. But no, I know for a fact because you follow certain seeds to unlock the Lost, and the instructions I was looking at specifically told you go up to the left room and down to the right room and things like that. So obviously the seed does affect the layout of the floors and what's in the floors, which, yeah, you could cheat the boss rush fairly easily if you just wanted to. I don't think it's quite that important. I'd like to show it off, certainly. We still have a little bit of gameplay left to do for the series. But yeah, we are getting close to the end, certainly. And I seriously doubt there will be a case where we'll end up getting everything, every single completion mark done. I think what we'll probably end up doing is at some point I'll just get tired enough to say, look, I'm going to play Isaac, then I'm going to play Magdalene, then Cain, then Judas, and just play them all once in a circle, and then do one last run on hard. Would be about the end of this series. I think that is probably our exit strategy. We are 40 deaths away from getting from 100, which, yeah, unless I just intentionally tried to die 40 times, that is probably not going to happen. And I guess there are only 29 mom's heart kills, so maybe there would be something that would unlock on the 30th mom's heart kill, but I kind of don't believe there is. There's very little items that we're likely to see just because of randomness. Probably 0 items. Secrets wise, there's obviously going to be some Lost related secrets that we just won't unlock, and I think pretty much all the other secrets probably unlocked just by beating certain bosses and getting completion marks done. There is this group here that stands out as probably being one of the characters we haven't done a lot with. And then there's a group here that is particularly long, certainly, and that seems peculiar. And this whole interface clearly needs some work, and I think Repentance does fix that a little bit. But yeah, I so far am overwhelmingly satisfied with my progress, and I said originally this was going to be 30 episodes, and almost certainly I've played closer to 40 or 50 already. Yeah, with only a small chance of ending anytime soon. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.